So we talked 6 weeks ago or so about using LinkedIn and what's the best way to do it. Do we keep posting? Do we go out and make friends? What's the best way to do this? Are these engagement groups where you're getting lots of traffic and views? Is it really helping? And our speaker presented a couple of ideas, which is why you see the memes on the screen. The first one I saw was stalking, which was going out and finding the people who you'd like to market to. So instead of publishing stuff, we said, instead of publishing it, go find them. And then as you see, as the horse on the right, go like their post and comment about it. Uli, you were saying before that you're starting to see more and more people like and comment about your posts, and that you're getting somewhat of a reputation of, oh, I saw your post the other day, or I've seen you this and that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did any of you come up with a takeaway from the last LinkedIn conversation? And if not, can we come up with one or two things today? Because if we're trying to be an accountability group with ourselves, maybe we need to pair or come up with something so that we're each going to come up with one or two things that we can do to use LinkedIn for better business development. So this is where you make your own comments or suggestions about, I'm going to go identify 3 more people that are something or other, right? Because the searches on LinkedIn, you can go by their keywords, you can go by their job title, size of the company. Anybody?
I have a question about LinkedIn. LinkedIn seems to me that there is no less is more strategy. It sounds like more is more when it comes to LinkedIn. I mean, is there any reversing that, or is it just you got to stay active all the time to stay, relevant, I guess?
I think you have to stay active to stay relevant. I think that's just the way LinkedIn is revising their algorithms. And you have to be meaningful, as in now just sending out a little blurb with a picture is not good enough. Now they want more content, they want unique content, and they reward you for that, and they penalize you for other things. So not only is you have to stay active, you have to really be authentic, I think.
Donna, you're being really quiet for Donna.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised myself. So I could have had a V8. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to send this to everyone, but I tend to be so I'm against the spray and pray model. The spray and pray model says, yes, everyone, so many people, and I'm not on LinkedIn nearly as much as Uli is, and people are saying, boy, I see you all over the place. Really? So that has to do with my connections. So I start out by researching my target audience and my potential referral sources. And I connect with them on what I call a drip campaign. I'm going after the people I want, not the ocean of people I don't want. And I love LinkedIn. I used to teach LinkedIn Insider Secrets years ago. It's a completely different animal today. When I taught it, the average salary was $100,000 per user 10 years ago. That's wild to hear what the new model is. And so I think we have to be more strategic if you want to be time effective. So once I identify my list, I go after my center of influence and I ask for introductions to people that they may know. To me, that is a very different model. I love the group that Uli and I are in. It's brilliant. It's well crafted. It makes a lot of sense. I've gotten the best results by connecting the dots on a smaller, more targeted scale. So I have my list of folks I'm targeting. What do? I go, once I've established that list, I click on the little bell. Are you all familiar with the little bell? Uli, you know what I'm talking about? Would you?
I don't know which bell you got one, yes.
Donna, do you want to share a screen and show us? Or you want me to pull up LinkedIn and show it so we can see that?
Yeah, I'll show you that in a moment. I want to finish with this because the end goal for me is a one-to-one connection that is synergistic. I can't find leads, but I can use LinkedIn as a touch point. Tony Robbins says we need 19 to 17 touch points to convert a cold prospect or suspect into a client. So if I just hang my hat on LinkedIn, game over. LinkedIn is one of the many ways that I touch people. So that's why I'm really passionate about strategy. I'll go ahead and show you my LinkedIn right now. And here we go. Ta-da! Boom. Let me see if I can find you, Hal.
You're not
I'm not
sharing it yet.
sharing.
We're not, your screen's not being shared yet.
No, I know. I just had to set it up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there you are, right?
You're only second. What's up with that?
Yeah, what's up with that? So he does not have the bell, Uli.
Why does he not have the bell? I don't know.
Let's see if I don't know if I clicked on your bell yet. Okay, so you see that little bell, y'all? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, when I click on it, it tells me that I'm going to get notified about all of Uli's posts.
Uh,
And you,
Oh, maybe it's because you're a first connection. You and I aren't for some reason. Okay.
yeah, you must be a first connection. Good point. So, well, I'd be happy to accept your invitation to connect. Thank you, Hal. But here's the thing. I get notified when Uli post something. So I don't know if you notice, Uli, I'm not on there as often, but when I see yours, I automatically kind of look for people. Now I don't have to look for you. This is going to automatically notify. These are my favorite people.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
And like, I would love, I don't have the bandwidth to be posting and doing it all the time, but I would love to support people like Uli that are doing it. That's what I should do, is hit the bell. That's why, how I would know when she's posting it so I can like it or comment. I'm going to do that.
That would be nice. Thank you, Donna.
Yeah. I had no idea that was a thing.
Hey, you guys, I came up with the idea, so I would love some love from you too. Please,
All right.
please click on my bell. If you can
Click my bell.
some
Isn't it
interest.
fun? Like, bell.
I'm going to find your bell right now. Let's see.
Oh, right. And if we're not connected, we need to be connected. But what I always look at is how many distractions we have in our lives. So I'm always going for going deep and simple rather than complex and superficial. And on some level, as much as I love the group that I'm in, sometimes I feel superficial because some of the people are not my target audience. They're not in my geography. And you know what I mean? So that's why I'm shrink wrapping my focus.
Yeah,
All right.
it's difficult. So, I don't know how to do that in reality because for us, we have to throw such a wide net. It's marketing folks, I don't know, there's so many out there.
So the purpose of this was to come up with action items that either we already had and we're talking about, or action items that we're going to do over the next couple of weeks. And one of them sounds like Jared's going to make sure that he finds some of the people he likes, and click on the bell that he's a first connection of.
I've belled all of you guys just now. So you're the only ones I've belled.
Lee or Uli, what other ideas do you have for using LinkedIn for business development? Because I think what Donna's saying is that she's finding the people she wants to target and then following them. I guess it's not a stalking bell, but at least we know if they've done something, there's a way to jump in to that part of the conversation to get noticed.
I can add in. I mean, one thing that I've been doing, of course, is when I've been working with businesses and organizations, like for my last recycling event, I'll make sure to showcase that, in a post on LinkedIn. So not as much as for me as in, hey, this organization is doing good things, and they're recycling, and it seems to generate a good amount of activity when you're able to find find a client or find someone and kind of showcase them in a post or link.
So are you able to leverage the response? You put your post out and 10 people comment. Are you able to use those 10 people and those 10 comments or those 10 people in some way?
Yeah, I'll go through profiles, and if it looks like that there's similar something that they may be of that I may be able to provide a value to them, I'll reach out.
Are you reaching out the way Donna is, where she's going outside of LinkedIn to start to continue the conversation?
No, I normally stay within, but this definitely is a good idea. So that's, yeah.
Can I add to what Lee Miller is saying?
Sure.
One thing I do is I rely on my center of influence, my influencers, my hot prospects, and my happy clients list, and my potential referral sources. So I've got that list, and I'm always adding to it. I look at that list and think, oh, who's a first level connection? Who is going to benefit from my post? So I'll do a private message. I'll give them my link so they don't have to try to find me on LinkedIn. And I've done that with you, Uli. Here's a post you might like. It has a couple of benefits. Number one, I'm leading with value. I'm just not going to send it to just anybody. I handpick the people that I think would benefit from the content in my post. And that keeps me top of mind, and I'm not selling a darn thing. I'm just leading with value, and they go, oh, there's Donna, the business growth strategist again. I love her content. So that's a wonderful way to do target marketing outside of any group that you might be in.
And putting that in perspective, because I think Jared made the comment about it can be a real time suck, is how many of these are you doing, or is there any balance of, I want to get to my 15 referral partners or whatever the number is?
Well, I check people off so I can rotate it. So Uli doesn't get a message from me all the time and go, there's Donna again, So I try to kind of mix it up, and I limit it to no more than 10 private messages per post that I find valuable. And I don't post a lot. Maybe 2 to 4 times a month was what I did traditionally in the group that I'm in with Uli. And then I got ill and something happened, and then we traveled, and I haven't been on LinkedIn at all for 2 months. And then I'm part of a new program. I'm studying positive intelligence. So my time shrunk and my business grew. So I'm okay with that, but I can't rest on my laurels just because my business grew. I got to keep the ball in the court. Got to keep on filling up the pipeline. So I got to get back on LinkedIn. But again, to your answer, Hal, no more than 10 people that I private message per post that I think would be valuable. It takes a little strategy and planning, but once you've got your list, like Uli said, what do I do? If you have a list, Uli, you can do that. You can private message the people that you want to nurture. This is what I call a nurturing campaign that doesn't cost you anything other than about 30 minutes. You're copying and pasting.
Yeah.
So maybe help me finish this, your thought, Donna. If let's say there's 20 people that my centers of influence, if there's 20 people that I've come across, should I be keeping those names somewhere visual to me? So when I go to LinkedIn, like Jared's, I think Jared's right on target about, you could spend way too much time. But if I'm going to put in my 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I want to look at that list. And when I see a post, I'm going to look down the list and say, okay, these 3 or these 5 would like that. I can private message them. And to your point, check off that I did one message to them this week. Don't do it again this week.
Or yeah, just do it once a month with them. Keep on flipping it, depending on your frequency on LinkedIn.
Right. So that of those 20 people, I might do a couple on Monday and a couple on Wednesday, but don't do the same person more than once a week or once a month.
Perfect. Yeah, and you need to come up with that strategy. And I'd really suggest you'd have your center of influence, your referral sources, your favorite clients, and your hot prospects on that list. Thinking of you, I'll be training you guys on how to nurture folks. And one of the tools is I call TOY. Don't we all like toys? It stands for thinking of you, right? And so I thought about you, Uli, when I saw this post. Love to know, tell me know what, let me know what you think. I'd love your feedback. So what that could lead to is a conversation, a one-on-one. And
So those are not necessarily your posts. Those are posts that you run across that you may want to share.
So
It's
I don't know
curated.
if I got that question.
So those are
You're
not
right.
necessarily your posts.
Right.
You might be sharing other people's posts, but you're calling, now you thought, right. Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah, because you're leading with value. You're not selling anything other than the fact that you are leading with value. The other thing that you may want to do is what I call the two-step. I make this
ahead.
up, but it's memorable. The two-step is, hey, I just sent you everything goes to voicemail, right? So the millennials like you to text them. The older folks in my arena like you to call them. So I'll call up and I'll say, hey, I just sent you a post and I know you're going to love. You'll find it in a private message on LinkedIn. Boom, hang up the phone. That took me 5 seconds. They hear my voice. Oh, there's Donna. I did that the other day and I got 2 introductions. I didn't call the guy for introductions. I called him with an idea I had for him. And he turns around and he gives me 2 well-qualified introductions. So I think what I offer all of you is it a time suck or is it a strategy? And how are you using your time to connect with the people you know, like, and trust and want to build relationships with? It's not, in my opinion, my modest opinion, it's not a quantity play, it's a quality play.
Lee, what do you think?
Sounds on target.
All right. So as we wrap up, can each of you put into the chat, just so we can say that we're doing this, put into chat what you're going to do for LinkedIn over the next 10 days. Realize there's a holiday in there, but I heard Jared say something, or he's already done it, where he's clicked on the bell icon for some of his people. Donna came up with lots of ideas for the thinking of you idea. Previously, we had heard about using LinkedIn to search to find the people that you want to use. But I think what Donna is talking about right now is just nurturing, using LinkedIn as a nurturing tool, not as a spray and pray. Spray and, what'd you say? Spray and pray to get leads. So you guys want to throw stuff into the chat and then we'll wrap up. Of course, Donna was first because she's already there.
I'll do the best to prop up my my peers here.
What I've been doing really is when people reach out to us with questions, an estimate or something, like the very first contact, we immediately connect on LinkedIn, but then I don't go further. So I think what I should be doing is, clicking the bell and start sending them some stuff of value.
All right. I think that's what Donna was connecting, was you got further than I did. I do it inconsistently. So this is good. Everybody got something in there? All right. So before we wrap up, I will, anybody can copy the screen. Anybody can copy the chat.
I like that idea of the Calendly link. You can automatically do that in your LinkedIn signature, can't you? I need to check that out.
Yeah. All right. So as we wrap up, and Jared, you're on the phone though. You can't. Can you copy all the chat messages?
I don't know.
Okay.
I am on my phone.
Okay. So just a heads up, July 12th, always introducing us to Alice Butler Peer.
Alicia,
What's that? Alicia, excuse me.
Alicia.
Thank you. To talk about business structure and operations as a way to improve your operations and ultimately your ability to do business development. So we'll look forward to that. I'm going to stop the recording. I think.
I cannot copy them all. I can only copy them individually.
Okay. Just trying to figure out how to stop the recording again, and then we'll kind of get those copied. Stop recording. There we go.